Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed and feeling well. I am back, and so today I'm coming in with a little bit of an update on what's been going on with me. And if you've been following me on Facebook as well as my vlogs, you're very much aware of the fact that my mother passed away recently, so that's why I have not been filming a ton of videos like I usually would. But hopefully things will get a little bit more stable for me, and I'll get through some of my personal issues that I've been having, and I can go back to recording like I usually would. Okay, so first off, I'd like to actually start off by asking you a question, and it is, what do you do when you know a person is out to manipulate you? And I don't mean a person who is trying to get you to do something because it'll benefit you both, or it'll be beneficial to your life, or it's something that'll make you be better at being a human being in general, or creative criticism. What I mean is someone who has malicious intent, or the person is out to manipulate you for their own personal gain. So feel free to comment below about that. But on to why it is I'm bringing this up. So since my mother has passed away, I've had people being a little bit over the top with telling me how I should feel, how I should think, how I should grieve, that sort of thing. And I really did not think that it was appropriate for someone to just randomly tell me that I shouldn't feel how I feel. Now, on a regular, normal day in normal situation, I am pretty much used to dealing with people telling me what you should wear, what you should think, how you should feel, blah, blah, blah. You already get the gist of this. But it just added this whole level of insult to injury when they were trying to do this during this time and in regards to my mother's passing. So I'm labeling those type of people as vultures, and I am not even going to be apologetic about this. This is how I view people like that. They're malicious vultures in the sense that they are intentionally preying on someone that they perceive to be weak. And a lot of these people have a narcissistic type of a personality and a sense of entitlement too when they do it. So they have a tendency that even if you check them about it, they'll blame you for their own behavior. Does this ring any bells? Um, this is something that I personally am trying to come to terms with, because I am trying to not make excuses for people who do this sort of thing, because occasionally I've come across someone who has said something out of their mouth that they claim that they didn't mean in the way that they did, and the only reason that they said this was because of my reaction and the fact that I checked them on it. So here's the side question to that. When is it appropriate or not appropriate or inappropriate to check someone for negative behavior? For example, I've had the unfortunate situation of meeting people in certain circumstances in which it is socially inappropriate to pull them to the side and say something, or say something to them in that setting on a level which could cause conflict. Like a church funeral. You get the point here. There are certain stigmatic situations in which there's an unsaid rule that you're not supposed to say something to someone about their behavior. Now, I'm actually at a stage in my life in which my filter for that sort of thing, I just am tired of making excuses or having to follow some rule about being appropriate when someone is clearly doing something or trying to use a situation or place or certain status to get away with doing something that they know is wrong. This is something that really is a pet peeve for me. Like, if you know that what this person is doing is wrong and you see it, please say something to the person. Like, they might not be trying to be malicious and they're just doing it and nobody's ever said anything to them, or they really are being malicious and they need to have somebody say something to them, because there are individuals out there who are not mentally or emotionally strong enough to repel that, and these people will prey on someone like that. And so I don't know, maybe it's my conscience, maybe it's just my personality, maybe it's the fact that I'm empathetic, maybe it's just the fact that I feel that is the right thing to do. If someone is doing something wrong, you should say something to the person who's doing it. Whether they appreciate that you said it or not, whether they react a certain way about it or not, and each situation is different. But if you see someone who is clearly doing something that you know for a fact is wrong, whether it's to you or someone else, you need to tell that person about it, because they might continue on doing it. And this is how we get that situation with a person being a bully. So I'm just telling you how it is, how I see it, how I perceive it. There's this culture or mentality in which we have a group of people who are being socially raised or geared in thinking that being a bully or a vulture is an acceptable behavior because it gets them ahead in life. So I figured I would just go ahead and, I guess, vent a little bit about that, because I've noticed some people just seem to get away with murder with what they say and do because of where they are when they say it, or how they go about trying to say it, or who they say it to. If it's inappropriate, it's inappropriate. There is no excuse for that. So that is just my personal opinion or my take or my little vent about that sort of a thing, in which I clearly know that someone could be approaching me or trying to use a situation like my mother's death to get close to me for really malicious reasons. I don't think that that's appropriate, and I don't think that it's right. If you can't come at me when I'm at my best, don't try to come at me when I'm at my worst. That is some really twisted stuff to do. And hopefully this helps somebody else, or it rings a bell with somebody else, or if maybe I'm looking at this too harshly, you can let me know in the comments. But I personally am tired of making excuses for people who want to prey on other people in their time of need. It's just wrong and it's sick. So I hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed and feeling well. And please feel free to let me know what you think about that sort of thing. If you've experienced it, how did you handle it? And I will see you all next time. Bye.